Hello, Rodney. I know I said I would do the St. Martin demo, but thought I would instead start off with Bora Bora. It'll be a shorter flight, just as an introduction to what you can expect in terms of detail. And this is a cute little aerobatic airplane I've got sitting down here on the ramp. And I'm just get down to it. Get in the cockpit here and get her started up. And we'll talk about it. Let me just get it running here. Mixture rich. Get the fuel valve on. Get the battery off and on. Keep the avionics off for now. Boost pump on. Get her started up. All right. Check the ELT, make sure it works. Transponder's down here. We'll talk about it right now. We'll get into all that a little bit later when we need to. Quick run around the cockpit though. The G meter is over here. This bird is a really nice acrobatic airplane. No flaps. This wing's highly stressed to about plus 10 G's. I believe it's -6, but -5, 4 is most we would need for what we'll do. And fully inverted door system. Obviously a tail dragger. And this little gizmo over here, we'll talk about it going out. So you'll be familiar with that because we'll use that some. And that's basically it. The radio on. Let's see if we can get some. The call sign is my call sign in the Navy was Cracker, so they'll call the call sign I've always given these little planes is Cracker 505. You'll hear them talk to us on that. Okay. Taxiing out here. We'll talk about these things in more detail right now. There's 1,000 things to talk about, but I think if we get this on the road, just do a brief flight. We'll get into details later if you're interested in certain things. I've got a whole host of airplanes. This is just one of them. The 737-800 cockpit is really a nice thing. I have lots of good profiles that I fly, trips down South America, and get serious in those, instrument weather and that sort of thing. These are not toys if you use them properly. Let's see, we'll take off downwind, simply get us headed in the right direction. Ordinarily we'd get a takeoff clearance or take the active runway here, but not for this demo. We'll dispense with the formalities. Just be a look-see. Get it going down, taxiing down that way. Let's see from inside. This gadget here, that's kind of an external artificial horizon that takes the place of this when you're flying aerobatics, so that you don't have to come back inside and get any kind of aircraft attitude. Stay outside, look through that makeshift indicator. This airplane is 300 horsepower or better, and it's got two. It's a dual cockpit. You have to fly it from the back seat for weight and balance reasons when you're flying it solo. That's why you'll see up front, looks like there should be somebody in that seat. But there's nobody there, obviously. I do look over that panel and look at the airspeed indicator and altimeter in that cockpit. I can see it from the back. It makes it convenient. Sometimes it's a little bit easier. See if I can get this turned around. The wind's not helping us. A little left brake on it. Helps turn it around here. Also brings it to a stop. Alright, there we go. That's good. Park and brake on for a second. We'll do a quick engine run up. Run up to about 1800 RPMs right here. There's two spark plugs, or we call them magnetos, and systems in each cylinder. We'll check each one of them by shorting out the right, and that's checking the left one, looking for an RPM drop, prove that we've shorted it out for safety reasons. Back to both magnetos. RPM goes back up. Well, then we just do the left magneto and back to both. That's good. The propeller wheel, it's variable pitch. Cessna 150s and things, low performance singles, you don't have this feature, but this, pull this back and change the pitch of the prop. You can hear it adding a load. We do that because the gearing in the prop pitch motor is driven by oil pressure, so we want to be sure we get some hot oil cycle through the prop before we go. That's what we do. A little exercise there. Okay, that's good. Alright, without further ado, let's go just take a round, do a little VFR flying around the area. This will give you a better look from the outside, but truly this is where we should be. This is what we would really see on takeoff. Kind of a challenge until we get that tail off the ground. Flying speed already. It's a fixed gear, so we can't retract the landing gear. Show you how this G meter works. It's over here. 1G. These two needles record the excursions plus and minus, so I'm gonna do a heavy turn to the left and put some G on it. Okay, here comes some G. See that? So we put 4 G's in that turn, and there 4 G's coming back, and that needle records the high point. So we come back, we make sure we didn't overstress the airplane. That's how that G meter works. All right. Let me just set some cruise power here. There we go. Go looking around here and see what we can see. Bora Bora is quite a Beautiful place. As you can see, the topography is accurate. The location of structures is fairly accurate. A lot of it's satellite fed by Bing or by Google, your choice, and by Microsoft. But sometimes fly a float plane instead of this airplane, and land float taxi up to these resorts. Check them out.
Cracker 505 leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Okay. Prop back up to maximum RPM, put some power on it, build up some airspeed so we can maneuver.
Cracker 505, did you hear my last transmission?
Radio's not working on my end.
Bora Bora Tower Cracker 505 frequency change. Tahiti Center Cracker 505 is type extra 306 miles southeast of Bora Bora 800 feet. Request flight following. Cracker 505 Tahiti Center. Squawk Tree 363.
3363.
Squawk Tree 363 Cracker 505. Cracker 505 radar contact 5 miles southeast of Bora Bora 600 feet. Altimeter 29.92. Roger Cracker 505.
Across the beach. Pretty place, no doubt about it. And Pago Pago is one of my favorites. This one's one. Back toward the airport. I don't like that engine overspeed. Let's see. look out to the side, you see that artificial rising mechanical device over there. We don't have to come inside to know the angles that we've got. Keeps us out of trouble. Let's take it up and do a one-turn spin. Vertical. Stall and the spin right now. Like the recovery with release the back pressure. The airplane's so overpowered it's really hard to get it to spin. The engine tries to pull it out of the spin no matter what you do. You know, 150 or 172 right there would have done about 2 or 3 turns in the recovery. Alright, we'll head on back. Land at the airport. There's no way we better get this slowed down. We gotta do some shenanigans here to get this slowed down. Wow, this just...
Tahiti Center, generic Foxtrot. Zulu Echo Romeo Delta is type generic 2 miles southeast of November Tango Tango uniform 600 feet.
Just a few knots above the stall.
Generic Foxtrot. Zulu Echo Romeo Delta Tahiti Center.
We're right on the verge of the stall right now. You just have to be
Bora Bora
precise.
Tower Cracker 5052 miles southeast 300 feet to land.
Cracker 505 Bora Bora Tower. Altimeter 29er.9er2, wind 262 at 19er. Make straight and runway 29er. Cracker 505, follow the extra 300 on final. Wind 262 at 19er. Clear to land runway 29er.
See,
Cracker
red.
505, go around.
Ah, they want us to go around.
Cracker 505.
There's either somebody behind us or in the pattern. It's their pattern, their choice. I don't see anything unsafe, but they own the pattern, so we're taking it around. We'll make a left turn, turn back downwind, make another approach. Any traffic out there. No airplanes on final. radio. We usually make a radio call. Cracker 505 downwind, full stop, 10. And then they would give us a clearance to land. The AI, air traffic control, for these modules is not that terrific. You can purchase better modules, but I don't really need it.
Cracker 505, wind 262 at 19er. Cleared to land runway 29er.
There we go.
Cleared to land runway 29er, Cracker 505.
She made a liar out of me. This is a good vantage point. You see those 4 white lights at the end of the runway. One of them's coming in red. When you see a red, they're boxes of lights, and if they turn red, the little slot, you're able to get at an angle, so the slot tells you that you're going to land short of that particular box. And like right now, we're going to land short of those 2 boxes and long of the other 2 boxes, which mean basically we're landing right on the line. But we want to land a little short, because that's for wide body airplanes. This airplane's got more than enough clearance across the threshold that we can land, even though they're all 4 reds. Let's get it slowed down so we get a full stall landing out of it. Come on, stall. I want to stall here. There we go. If we don't stall it, it'll start flying again.
Exit runway when able.
Okay, well, we'll exit the runway when able, just like she said. Go in there and shut down and conclude this demo. Got a couple of demos already made up for around the USS George W. Bush. It's off the coast of Pensacola. In fact, I use this same airplane for that.
Cracker 505, exit runway when able.
Okay, we're going to do that. Cracker 505, welcome.
Cracker 505, contact ground on 118.9er.
118.9er for Cracker 505.
Well, we've got a couple of business guys coming while I was gone. Let's go down and see if this cow parks. I don't see any wands in his or her hands. Oh, there's one. Okay, let's see what they're going to do here. It's not the appropriate signal for what we're doing here, but I think once we get the nose pointed toward them, they'll have us. Yep, now that's right. Okay, chocks are in, they say. Parking brake set. Okay, avionics off. They're off. That's good. That was a nice little visit through their old airplane. That's one thing they don't worry about here, graphics of the ground personnel. And finally we'll get the mag switch off. That's why you test that switch to short those mags out, because if it didn't short them out, you could literally turn that on, arm the mags, and go out there and hand prop the airplane. It would start up if you had the fuel. set. So for safety reasons, you want that magnet where when you turn it off, you short spark plugs out. Can't be accidentally propped off. Alright. That's all she wrote.